Good morning, students. Yes, students, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see the screen, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, students, when you execute any mathematical program or any program in any language, so how we take some integer values, we take some integer variables for to take a input. Correct? No, we take some integer variable in which we store the integer value. Suppose a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 6. Yes, students, these are all the input. Now I want to perform addition operation. I want to perform addition operation between these two variables or between these two integers. So the sum will be how much? Here I have given the addition symbol. So the sum will be 11. If I subtract, the answer will be minus 1. If I multiply, what will be the answer? 30. Correct now? 30. If I divide, the answer will be point. How much? If I divide this number, then what will be the answer, students? 6 by 5. 6 by 5, how much? Am I audible? Are you understanding what I am telling, students?
Yes, ma'am.
0.9, huh? Yes, students. Or 0.8. What is the answer? Huh? Yes?
0.8, ma'am.
0.8? Yes. 0.8. So if here what I am doing, students, I am just taking two simple variables, that is a and b. For a and b, I am taking a number, I am taking an integer value. A is equal to 5 and b is equal to 6, and I want to perform the mathematical operations, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So if I perform these operations, the sum of two numbers will be 11, and if I subtract 5 minus 6, then the answer will be minus 1. If I multiply 30, if I divide, then the answer will be 0.8. See, students, one thing you remember, the declaration of the variable is very much important. Correct? No, the declaration of a variable is very much important. Now if I declare the variable, all the see, I will take a variable to store the output. See, variable c I'll take to store the output. If I declare all the three variables integer value, then what will be the output, students? For division, what will be the output? Respond 0. Correct? No? Yes, instead of 0.8, the output will be 0. Am I right? Am I right or wrong? Yes, nobody? Kaushik, Darshan, Dakshani, Sushma, nobody is there?
Yes, ma'am.
What will be the output? I am declaring the
0,
variables
9.
integer. I am declaring the variable as integer, but when I performing division, the output is coming in fractions. The output is coming in decimal value. Correct, no? Floating value. The output is in floating value, but I have declared the variable integer, so the output will be 0. Correct?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
what we do in those situations, we'll declare the variables as float. Correct, no, students? We declare the variable as float. Then when you declare the variable as float, then our output will be 0.8. So here, when I take a value 5 and b value 6, now in many of the cases, in most of the situations, we have seen that a is equal to b, a is equal to some number, a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 0. B is equal to 0. What happens, students, here? What happens here if I take a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 0? If you are adding these two numbers, then output will be 5. If you are subtracting, then the output will be 5. Multiplication, output will be 0. But if you divide a number by 0, can you divide a number by 0, students?
No.
No, you cannot divide a number by 0. Then what happens? So I don't know what is program. I don't know what is C program. I don't know how to write C program. Just somebody gave me the program. Somebody gave me the program and they told me how to execute the program. I don't know the logic. I don't know what code they have written. I don't know what code they have written, and just the input I am giving A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 10. A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 10. Then what happens? The program will terminate. Abruptly, the execution of the program will terminate. Is it right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, students, what happens is when you are dividing a number by 0, then the program will terminate abruptly. So how the generally what happens, students, when you are executing a program, first it takes an input and it performs a calculation or whatever the operation we have defined in the program. It performs the operation and it will display the output. Even though the new user or the unknown person comes and execute the program, see, enter the value of A. Yes, I enter the value of B. I will enter the value of A. Then enter the value of B. Then when I click on enter button, then the sum will be displayed. Or after entering A and B, the sum will be displayed, or the subtraction value will be displayed, or multiplication value or division value. By giving the proper print statement, we will understand that what is happening. Correct, no? Though I don't know which programming language I'm using, and I don't have the knowledge of the programming language, but by giving the correct printing statements, I'll understand what is happening in the program. But here, when I give the A value 5 and B value 0, then what happens? Abruptly, the program will terminate. Why? Why? Because you cannot divide a number by 0. You cannot divide the number by 0. Or sometimes what happens, I declare a array variable. I declare a array variable with the maximum size 10. With the maximum size 10. If you try to insert 11th element, element, then what happens? Will it take, students? Will it take? No. Here also what happens? Abruptly, the program will terminate. Why? Because here the array index is out of bound. The maximum size is only the 10 character, 10 variables, 10 value, because the size I have given a of 10. When you want to insert 11th value, then the size it will not take. When I have a box, with for only for the 10 items, only for the 10 items I have, then when you want to insert include a 11th element, then how it will take? So here, what happens? It is overloading. It is overloading. So to overcome from these situations, we use this exception handling in all the programming languages. We use the exception handling. If I use the exception handling, a proper error message you can display. Yes, students. Instead of terminating the program abruptly, instead of execution of abnormal program, so you can give a proper error messages. Yes, students, you're getting?
Yes, ma'am.
So in programming, in all the programming languages, not only in JavaScript or C program, in all the programming languages, in programming, exception handling is a process or a method used for handling the abnormal statements in the code and executing them. So any abnormal statements in the program, or any abnormal statements in the program, and execution of those abnormal statements in those situations, to control that or to handle that, we use a exception handling. This exception handling we use, it also enables to handle the flow control of the program or code. This exception handling. Yes, students, what happens generally? What happens? The program will execute that one by one, top down approach, one by one all the statements will be executing. So when these types of errors occurs, when these types of abnormal statements occurs, then what happens? It will not say, for example, here what I had written is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So here at the end I am dividing a number by 0. So what happens? So it will calculate the sum value, subtraction value and multiplication value. Then when it is calculating the division value, then this will occur. Suppose if I am calculating, if I put this division statement first and then the other statement, then from the after finding the first statement only, the compiler will come to know this is a abnormal statement. The compiler will come to know this is an abnormal statement. Then it will not go and check the next statement. There itself the program will terminate. To overcome the drawback of that, we use this exception handling. This is a process or this is a method to handle these types of situations or these types of code. Right? There are some types of errors. The types of error while coding we may do when students, when we become expert, then we may execute a error-free program, but when we are learning, then many times we do so many mistakes. So we do syntax error, we do logical error, runtime error. So so many mistakes will be there. So there are some types of error. While coding, there can be 3 types of error in the code. So we may do 3 types of error when we are executing a program. So what are the types of error is syntax error, runtime error, and logical error. What is syntax error, students?
Grammatical mistakes.
Yes. So many times when I was executing a simple programs also, here we use tags. To execute a HTML program, we use tags, body tag, title tag, bold tag, italic tag, this heading tags, table tag, ordered list tag, unordered list tag. So how we write a tags is we write within the angle brackets, the opening of a tag and the closing of a tag. Is it right? So many times what happens due to some keyboard problem, so I'm or some in a hurry, we may press or I may press 2 times this closing angle bracket. Yes, according to syntax, is it correct?
Oh, no, ma'am. It's not
It is
correct.
not correct. So it is a syntax error. And when you are writing a document print statement in JavaScript, how we write document dot write. Correct now? Document dot write, then the parenthesis. Within the parenthesis, we write the printing statement. Within the parenthesis, we write the printing statement. Suppose, if I don't give document dot, just document write with parenthesis. Yes. Is it correct according to the syntax? No.
Oh, no, ma'am.
It is not correct. So we have to follow the syntax. Yes, students, when I was explaining the for loop, I told you that for so according to syntax, yes, students, the semicolon, because of this highlighter, I'm not able to write it properly. So for loop, the for loop should contain 2 semicolons according to syntax. Yes, students, I explained this now when I was explaining the for loop. So what if I want to do more than one initialization, how to do? I is equal to 0, semicolon, j is equal to 0. Can I do that?
No, ma'am.
Oh, no, ma'am.
We
You
cannot
have to
do.
put comma.
Yes, according to the syntax, your for loop should have only 2 semicolons. So one is after initialization and one is after the condition. So if I include more than one for loop, then what it becomes? It will be a syntax error. So what here we'll see syntax error when a user makes a mistake in the predefined syntax. See, already the syntax is predefined, students. The syntax is predefined. If you try to include one more semicolon, so we are going against the predefined statement. Correct now? So we are going against the predefined statement. Then this syntax error may appear. Correct now? The syntax error will appear. And generally what happens when you declare a variable or when you assign a variable, suppose a is equal to 1. So it is not correct. So according to syntax, you have to end a line with a semicolon. You should end a line with a semicolon. So if you are not ending a line with a semicolon, so it is not correct according to the syntax. Why? According to syntax, the predefined statement, the predefined syntax is the line should end with a semicolon. The line should end with a semicolon. So syntax error, when a user makes a mistakes in the predefined statement, of a programming language, a syntax error may appear. And I'll come to the logical error. So I'll come to runtime error. First, I'll come to logical error. So, yes, students, what is the logic to find the given year is leap year or not? What is the logic? What is the logic?
Divide by 400, no, ma'am.
Yes.
Doing modulus by 100
No,
or
no, no, no. We'll not see all. Just a simple. Don't here. Will not talk about 400 and 100. Just a simple logic, students. Yes, you are right. We have to use 400 and 100. But here, just a simple is to year mod 4. 4 is equal to 0. If this condition is true, then the given year will be leap year. Correct? Yes, students? So the syntax, the logic to find the given year is leap year or not is divide the year by 4. If the remainder is equal to 0, then the given year is leap year. Else the given year is not leap year. And to find the given number is even or odd. To find the given number is even or odd, what is the logic? N mod or N by?
N mod.
N mod ಎಷ್ಟು n mod 2 n mod 2 na
Yes, ma'am.
n mod 2 is equal to 0. If this condition is true, then given number will be given number will be even or odd?
Even, ma'am.
Yes, students, are you following?
It will be even, ma'am, if it is 0.
Yes. Are you following, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Even.
See, according to the logic, if you divide the year by 4, if you divide the year by 4, then if the remainder is equal to 0, then the given year is leap year. If you take 2000, then is 2000 is leap year or not? 2000 is not leap year, no, students?
It is leap year, no, ma'am.
It is leap year, huh? Okay. If you divide a year by 4, if the remainder is equal to 0, then we write the given year is leap year. And here, if you divide a number by 2, if the remainder is equal to 0, then the given number is even. So now, by mistake, if I write here 3, and here also, if I divide the year by 3, will I get the correct output, students? Is according to syntax, both are correct. According to syntax, both are correct. But logically, I am not writing a correct logic. So what is the formula to find whether simple interest SI is equal to PTR by 100? Correct? SI is equal to PTR by 100. Yes, students, this is according to the logic. If I just write SI is equal to PT divided by 100, is it correct according to the logic? Yes, students, for some, to get some output, the logic, we have to follow the same logic. For example, to find the simple interest, the formula is already defined. To find the given number is even or odd, the formula is already defined. Correct, no, student? The formula is already defined. If you do any changes in the formula, then according to the logic, it won't be correct. So you may get a logical error. You may get a logical error. So logical error, an error which occurs when there is a when there is any logical mistake in the program that may not proceed the desired produce the desired output and may terminate abnormally. Such an error is known as logical error. So what happens in the program, sometimes we do a mistake, so according to syntax, those mistakes will be correct only. See students, if I divide this number, see here, and what statement I have taken, if n mod 3 is equal to 0. Yes, is it right according to syntax? Yes, it is right according to syntax, but logically it is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because here I want to find the given number is even or odd. If I am writing some other logic, then it might be correct. But here I want to find a given number is even or odd. And here I want to calculate the simple interest value. Then the standard formula is PTR by 100. I have to follow that formula only. If I change anything, then according to the logic, it will not be correct. So here, so when we do such types of mistake, then we will not get it will not produce a desired output. Then the program may terminate abnormally. Such types of error is known as logical error. Such type of error we known as logical error. Coming to the last type of error, that is runtime error. The runtime error, when an error occurs during the execution of the program, such an error is known as runtime error. So when the error occurs during the execution, when the error occurs, for such types of errors is known as runtime error. Yes, students, just here I told you that A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 0. So C is equal to A plus B. Sorry. C is equal to A divided by B. C is equal to A by B. The input are A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 0. Yes, students, if you see this line, so is there any mistake in the logic? No. Is there any mistake in the syntax? No. There is no mistake in the syntax also. So successfully the program will compile. It will not show any error. But while executing, when I'm entering the value of B as 0, then you cannot divide the number by 0. So what happens? Abnormal termination of the program happens. Abnormal termination of the program occurs. So to overcome such problems, we use exception handling. So when an error occurs during the execution of the program, such an error is known as runtime error. So during the execution of the program, what type of error we'll get? So those types of error we call as a runtime error. The code which creates runtime error is known as exceptions. So the code which creates a runtime error known as exceptions. Thus, exception handler are used for handling runtime errors. For that, exception handlers are used to handle the runtime errors. What are the exception handlers? Any idea? What are the exception handlers? Try.
Try and catch, ma'am.
Yes, try, catch. We have the exception handling statements. We have exception handling statement. There are following statements that handles if any exception occurs. There are these are we have some statements to handle the exception handling. That is throw statement, try, try catch, finally. Throw, try catch, finally. These are the exception handling statements. These are all the exception handling statements. It is syntax try, expression, try, expression. Here the code to be written. Here we write the code. Catch. Here we catch the error. If any error occurs here in the expression, if any error occurs, then it will catch the error with a proper error message. With a proper error message and the expression code for handling the error. Here we write the code to handle the error. See here. Here we write the code, students. Try block. Here we write the code. So in the code, some mistakes may happen. The runtime mistake. If I made any runtime mistake, then in the catch block, it will display the error message. It will show the error message, and here the code we write to handle the error exception to handle the error. I will show the program, students. Yes, students, you have understood the exception handling. When the exception handling occurs. Any doubt, students? See here, students, this is a simple program. Here, students, this is a simple program. Here, in this program, I have written a JavaScript code. Just once you see the code, students, I'll give you 1 minute time. You go through the code. So here, this is a HTML program, students. In the HTML program, I have appended the JavaScript code. So means I have written the JavaScript program. So here, what I have declared here, I have declared a array variable. And in the array variable, I have defined some of the values. I have defined. Now document dot write one line I have added, students. What is that? Document dot write exception handling program. Next, you don't see the comment line, students. Later we'll see the comment line. So document dot write. This document, why we use this document dot write line? Because to
Output.
yes, ready. Because to display the answer or to display the statements or to display the output. Here A, I want to display. Here I have declared A, I want to display A. Next line, document dot write B. So B I am displaying. What is B, students, here? What is B?
Undefined.
Yes,
Defined.
it is undefined. Now we'll see the comment line. So B is undefined but still trying to fetch its value. B is not defined only. Nothing is there in the B. We have not defined at all, but still want to fetch the value from B. Still, in the program, I want to display the value of B. So what happens here? The catch block will be invoked. What I am doing in the catch block? I am displaying a error message. What error? What error message it will display? There is. So what error message it will display? So it will display the error message. There is error which shows E dot message. So when I run the program, you'll get a clear idea. So this error message, how I am displaying, students? Error message, how I am displaying?
Through alert.
Through, yes, using alert. So what error message it will display? It will display the error message according to the error. According to the error, the correct error message it will display. What is the error? B is not defined. B is an undefined variable. B is an undefined variable. So it will display there is error which shows B is an undefined variable. See, students, see here, there is error which shows B is not defined. B is not defined. See, in the printf statement, what I have written only this. There is error which shows. There is error which shows. Ashte nan bardirodu. Which shows. So the remaining will be handled by the remaining will be displayed by the exception handling. That is, B is not defined. So that is an error, no? B is not defined. So now I'll click on OK button. Now I'll click on OK button. See, exception handling program and the what is this? What is this?
Array elements.
Array elements.
Yeah, array elements.
Yes. Here. See, students, in the heading tag, exception handling is there. Again, using a document dot write I have written the statement exception handling. See, these types of statements you can write. You can write another 10 statements also using document dot write. But here we are displaying the we are fetching the value. When we have not declared any variable and we want to display that variable, how it will display? So the abnormal execution of the program will occur. So to handle such types of situations, we use a exception handling. We use a exception handling. This is simple program, students. Generally, in the exception handling, which program we write? We write that divide by zero program. We write divide by zero program. Anybody have doubt in this program, students? If you don't have any doubt, then I'll go to the next program.
Why there is e dot message?
Let us use this is exception message. This is the way we use a exception handling. The suitable error message it will display.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you explain types of errors, ma'am? That out of bound, all that, ma'am.
Array index out of bound.
Similar like that, ma'am. Like
Yes, one by one program I will explain. Let me complete this. Yes, students, go through the program. Are you understanding anything in this program? I will run. One minute, students. Yes, students? Yes, you want to tell something? You want to tell anything? Yes, students, see here. This is the second program. In this program, here what is happening? User can define their own types of errors. See here, try. Here I have used try block and catch block. Try block and catch block. And user is defining a throw statement here. User is defining a throw statement. So here, you see, when you are using, according to the syntax, we write a try block and catch block. We write a try block and catch block. And here, if any statements you want to perform, or the expressions we write. Yes, the expressions we write. But here I'm not writing any expression. Here just I have used the keyword, that is throw. I have used a keyword throw. So we cannot define a keyword throw like this. We cannot define a keyword throw like this. So when you declare like this, so it will display the error message. It will display the, according to the suitable error message, it will display. So what error message it is displaying, students? Exception handling. This is the throw keyword. This is the throw keyword it is displaying. And one more example, students. See here. This is also a very simple program. Here I have taken a variable a is equal to 2. A is equal to 2. If a is equal to 2, it will display okay. It will display okay. If a is not equal to 2, if a is not equal to 2, then it will display the suitable error message. It will display the suitable error message. See here, students. Here in this example, I have used try block, catch block, and finally. So what happens is, so the program, how it will execute is, first it will find the try block. So it finds a try block. The compiler will find a try block. If any error occurs in the try block, we write a expression. In the try block, we write a expression or the statements. If any error occurs here, error occurs here, then you, in the catch block, it will fetch the error. In the catch block, it will fetch the error. And finally, this finally block is used to define it is used to display the default statements. It is used to display a default statements. See, students, here I have not done any mistake here. Just I have assigned a value 2. If a is equal to 2, then it will display okay. It will display okay. There is no syntax mistake, there is no logical mistake, there is no runtime mistake, no mistakes are there. So just it will display okay and the statements which are there in the finally block. The statements which are there in the finally block, it will display. Why? Because here there is no error, there is no mistake. Same thing, I'll run the program. Yes, students. The exception handling, the value of A is 2. Okay, students, I'll stop here. The remaining programs I'll explain in the next class. Answer attendance 1,
Yes, ma'am.
2, 2. Who is not? 3, 4,
Yes, ma'am.
6,
Yes, ma'am.
7,
Present, ma'am.
8,
3.
Yes, ma'am.
9,
Present, ma'am.
10,
Yes, ma'am.
11,
Yes, ma'am.
12, 12. Rahmatullah.
Present, ma'am.
13,
Present, ma'am.
14,
Present, ma'am.
15,
Yes, ma'am.
16,
Present, ma'am.
17,
Present, ma'am.
18,
Present, ma'am.
19,
Present, ma'am.
20,
Present, ma'am.
21,
Present, ma'am.
22,
Present, ma'am.
23, 23, Jayant, 24,
Yes, ma'am.
25,
Present, ma'am.
26,
Yes, ma'am.
27,
She's also present, ma'am. My Kishore.
28,
Present, ma'am.
29,
Present, ma'am.
30,
Yes, ma'am.
31,
Present, ma'am.
32, 32. Navya, absent.
Present, ma'am.
33,
Present, ma'am.
34,
Present, ma'am.
35, 36,
Present, ma'am.
37,
Yes, ma'am.
38,
Present, ma'am.
39,
Present, ma'am.
40,
Yes, ma'am.
41,
Present, ma'am.
42,
Present, ma'am. 41 present.
42, 43,
Present, ma'am.
44,
Present, ma'am.
45,
Present, ma'am.
46,
Present, ma'am.
47,
Present, ma'am.
48,
Present, ma'am.
49, 49. Someshri, absent. 50,
Present, ma'am.
51,
Present, ma'am.
52,
Present, ma'am.
53,
Present, ma'am.
54.
Ma'am, she's present. She's having network issues.
Who? Soumeshri.
No, ma'am. Shushmita BS.
54. Okay. 55,
Present, ma'am.
56,
Present, ma'am.
57,
Present, ma'am.
58,
Present, ma'am.
59.
Present, ma'am.
You sent 49. You sent 23. Okay, students, I'll stop here. See you in the next class. Thank you.